We are talking American Horror Story Cult Holes. So, in this episode, I really did enjoy not only the last episode, I didn't get a review out on that one, but I did really enjoy the last episode. I thought, okay, maybe there's something that's going to come out of that episode leading into this episode. And this episode does not disappoint. There is one moment where I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm like, okay, the motive of this, like this certain character, this certain person doing this is hilarious. It's hilarious what the motive is, why this character is going along with all these other characters. It's hilarious. But the episode itself was really entertaining. I was really entertained. I was really engaged in not only the flashbacks, but also the present time. I'm getting really engaged now with not only Evan Peters' character Kai, but I'm also getting engaged with Ivy. I'm getting engaged with the reporter. Like, I'm getting engaged with these characters. And in this episode, you see the bunch, you see the cult members, so to speak. You see Kai, just what his motives are and what his past is, and it's interesting. It's all very interesting. It's all very entertaining. There's some deaths in here. There's some deaths in here that are actually really entertaining. There were some unexpected moments in here. There's one particular scene where not they're going after one particular guy, but then they realize there's somebody else in the house. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it was a scene where I was like, that caught me off guard. I'm like, I didn't expect that. There is a lot of shady stuff going on with a lot of characters throughout this whole season. You don't know well, you kind of do. You get a sense of who's involved and who's not. You get a sense of where this is going and where it's not. Where it played as a satire and very comical in the beginning, it's starting to get in the realm of realism. It's starting to get in the realm of believability just because of Evan Peters' performance as Kai. He's a guy who's strong. He knows what he's talking about. He says what he means, and people follow him. And that is a cult leader right there. He gets away with so many things from what he does with these people. And, it's embarrassing what he does to these people, but they still follow along. They still believe in him. And if you believe in somebody who is corrupted, and you believe in somebody that just for blind ambition, or this guy's very insane, but you go along with him because he has the power and he's going to gain the power, then that makes a dangerous character in Evan Peters. And I think Evan Peters is killing it this season. He kills it every single time he's American Horror Story. He deserves a lot of awards, a hell of a lot of awards. And it's really, these last two episodes is his show. Even though he wasn't as in this episode as much as last episode, he has that presence. His character has his presence already, and you really felt that way in this particular episode. What I really feel good about is that Sarah Paulson's character is not too in the episode. I feel like her character is going to change a little bit moving forward, but in this episode, less Sarah Paulson, I'm sorry to say, is actually better, because then we get involved in more of these different characters that I wanted to see. So overall, I think this episode was a success. I think now it's starting to get better. I think a lot of people were saying just give it time. And so far, the back-to-back episodes, the time I've given it's been successful. It's starting to come along really nicely. And even though the politics is still there, even though I don't want to say the racism and the immigration issue is not there too much anymore, but I think it's really getting into really the cult aspect of it. And it really feels like a lot of movies I've seen before, like The Purge, or just overall, just a lot of different media as well, where this one figure has the power to really have people do what he wants him to do. So great episode. I thought the direction was great. I thought the acting was stellar all around. I thought some of the motives that the characters were put into were interesting. I thought there was one specific surprise, and then there was one predictability though. There was a predictability towards the end of the episode. I was like, okay, yeah, we all knew that. But overall, it is starting to come along really nicely, and it's going to be interesting to see what Sarah Paulson character does, because she's pretty much at the edge of the wall. She's at the edge of the wall. She has no more room to keep going backwards. She has to go forward. And maybe that's what Ryan Murphy's trying to do with this character, is break the hell out of her so she can move forward and she becomes stronger. And we'll see if that happens. And I think, man, and also I want to point out the best thing about this episode is this one particular character having to either choose, and it's that teeter-totter, right, where they want to go along with it but then they don't, but they're in it. So that's what I really liked about it too. So overall, American Horror Story Holes has delivered, and I'm getting more engaged in the series, and I can't wait for our next episode. So that's a plus, right? So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, like the video if you like it, comment below. Want to hear your guys' thoughts on this episode. I'll have the spoiler review out tomorrow. So thank you guys. Peace.